Hello, welcome to today's analysis of the NQ and a little bit of the ES. It is Tuesday, 22nd of October. And let's look at what happened yesterday. Well, I was in a trade during my recording. Worked out very nicely. I really liked it. Closed a bit early. This was my original TP. It's down here. Did get hit, but I closed around here. I was happy with that. Very happy with that. Really nice really nice risk reward. Just clean swipes down. It's very good. We had this marked up here as well. This liquidity curve, which, my God, US is just like so blatant, isn't it? Like, it's kind of ridiculous. This is just big A. Yeah, but they took that. Of course they did. Right? Of course they did. Get rid of that. So, what does that mean for us right now? They came deeper into the block that was here. Ended up taking this liquidity, swing failing this high. Right? We didn't break external structure. We did come very deep into this. And you could argue that kind of like taking this as a internal bearish BOS. What they did after is, they changed character, consolidated around here, had a little break of structure. And now, we were all internal until Sydney came. Well, we're still internal. Sydney came in, and they just slowly pushed it down over the day. Tokyo high is here, China's high is here. We have some nice levels inside here. I took a trade very recently here. So closed for 2 to 5. It could come back up into here, but I was just happy with closing it there, But yeah, it could come up to this area. We had external liquidity on this push down, came into a bullish pull. We have kind of getting a bounce from the point of control of this consolidation. We do have imbalances below us. We are locally bullish. Oh, who's that? Oh, hi, son. So we are locally bullish in regards to this internal area, but US left very flat lows here, very flat lows. Like, there is liquidity below here. As I've been saying for ages, there is a shitload of liquidity below us. This move just was a big swipe, we seem to be recovering it now. US or UK, what could UK do? They could come into this area here. They could take either just the China's high or the Tokyo high. I do see them maybe just taking China's high and moving down into this very big imbalance here. But they could grind it up to Tokyo's high. There is liquidity here. They could do that. There's vector recovery as well, but we'll see what they do first, right? If they come into this imbalance and find some support and then decide that they want to go to internal structure, then cool. Greater external factors taken into account, I think we're more bearish in the wider narrative is a bit more bearish, right? But what they've done here is they've just basically set this up to range, right? Do we have news? Let me check. No. Well, we got FOMC Harker speaking today. Well, later today for me, like tonight for me. So maybe that could do something. I mean, it'll probably bring in some volatility, but nothing too like ridiculous. We don't have any red folder until Thursday, which is pretty nice. That's pretty nice. So yeah, let's see what they do with that. We have this huge imbalance below us. Vector was recovered here. This is one massive block. If they wanted to hold on to this bullish pull, I would want to see like a terribly quick push down into here and then quickly make structure going up, like some kind of gaps up and stuff. Like I'd like to see some commitment. UK opens in 30 minutes. What would be nice to see would be them push it up, take liquidity internally here, to then kind of bring it down a small bit, right? That would be really nice to see. Just kind of like the grab of this this setup liquidity. There's a lot of equal highs here. There's equal highs on Hong Kong's high. We have a nice block up here that was responsible for like basically an internal change of character. Right, it was responsible for this push down. So we could take this internal liquidity here up into this block, might get a scalp or something. If they bring it down first, then I'll take that into account, you know. This push up, like, I don't know whether to really call this like a greater change of character or not. It's such a sharp swipe. I guess you could argue that it changed character around here. Like this, you know, getting closes here. Like, you could argue, I guess technically it's a change of character. But either way, our greater structure is, to me, is like convincingly bearish. Okay, well this was a change of character here. Don't get rid of that. This is property. So this is a bullish change of character now. So we took liquidity here. Liquidity here. I guess this could be a change of character, but we came into external, push down, and then we got this internal one. So these kind of cancel each other out, I think. It looks like a lit grab to me. It just looks like a lit grab. So I'd say that's what the pull that Asia got in on was, this kind of bearish overarching narrative, right? They just kind of slowly sold off over the day. So I'd like to see us come into a nice pull. Maybe down here. I don't know about coming too far down here. Very quickly. I don't know, like that would need a huge buyback for me to be convinced that it's going to come back up into this. So what's likely to happen? Well, we have very easy liquidity in here to take. What they're going to do after that, I don't know. They could just range it up very, very slowly for US, and then US does stuff like this, you know, like it just does crazy stuff. But for the UK session, that's what I'm kind of looking for. I have my areas marked out up here. We have easy liquidity from the Asian session. Greater structure wise, we did take liquidity into here, into a relatively weak bullish pull. All this pull did was allow us to take a pip of liquidity, which just sent us right back down internally, granted, but this pull isn't the strongest, I don't think. This doesn't look like a extremely convincing bullish pull. Money flow is coming out, yet we're, you know, it's very extreme at the moment. We could put in a hidden money div back to these levels here and get a retracement back up. Like, it's very possible. Yeah, just be careful with like shorting in the middle of structure and stuff like this. I'm going to look for scalps in the structure, as I normally do, and if one invites itself to take more liquidity, then I might hang on to it. Yeah, that's it really for me. I mean, what levels can we look at down here? If we want to take this as something that has a bullish narrative in it, there is a point of control around here that I kind of like. We have vector recovery. There, I guess there's a couple of blocks that could do it. Because there's vector recovery here, and this is responsible for an internal break, I'm going to mark this 2-minute block down here. This did take liquidity. It's valid for it to be a point that they don't necessarily come back below. In that case, I need to see some really strong absorption here above this low, around this point of control. Or maybe even just tap right below just to grab some liquidity into this blue vector and then push up, something like that. This point of control is notable. This one here. It could just be used as a spring to get into this internal liquidity, right? So this could be one of the first moves of UK. Maybe they push down, grab some liquidity to push up into the structure to then maybe, I don't know, bring it down for US. I don't know. There was a reason that I closed this long, even though it came into external pull, and it could push up from here. There's just too many things that can happen below us for me to be thinking yes to the moon, you know. So I was happy with closing that at a 2.5. What else? Like, you know, there is a bullish pull here. It is internal. I wouldn't really be looking at these points until US. No, I could be wrong. You know, maybe they just go F you and push it up. Like, I mean, they're allowed to put a hidden div in from here to here. I mean, it would be a bit cheeky, but they can just do that. All of this is still, like, we're just nested, guys. Like, this is where the danger can come, is like, they're able to, like, hit liquidity pockets here without much significance. Like, it won't change the significance of the narrative that we're in if they push up into here, or they push down into here first. Like, we're just ranging. So my take profits are going to be pretty controlled. I'm going to just kind of look at maybe up to the 15 minutes, you know, and for price action and pulls to hop on, because right now, guys, like, I mean, look, like the 4 hour, it's just tight. It's just tightening up, you know. If we want to look at the higher time frames, like the 4 hour, we put in a div here internally with money flow, I think. Please load. Yeah, just about, yeah. But yeah, we put in a div here. Money flow is thick enough that it could come back up and take these highs again. If it did, it wouldn't be surprising. They just seem to be farming liquidity. Obviously, there isn't enough liquidity down here for them to come down here yet. They're really, really, really letting this hang. And until we get a convincing break of structure up into this gap and it holds and wants to keep moving higher, maybe then I'll consider these a much higher time frame target. But as long as we're trapped inside this range and not actually moving, like, I mean, look, guys, we're just hanging around in the upper 50% of this range. Like, you know, like, it's big, you know, bigger stuff's not really happening. It's just not really happening. What about the ES? ES is rather sad today. In comparison to the normally the NQ is kind of volatile, but the ES has been moving up, and the NQ has been doing this kind of thing. It seems like the ES is kind of following now. It's just kind of like, snoozing a bit. I just can't take my eyes off this. And I know it's like, well, you know, Glenn, there's liquidity there. It could be left for ages. Or they might not come back to it for weeks. I don't know. But, like, it just seems to be getting a bit blatant. Like, look how this move up. You know, this is how it kind of works. Like, they accumulate in these areas, and they're not doing it yet. Now, could they range around here for another 2 weeks? Yeah, they totally could, and they probably will, because, man, like, every market's just gonna get propped up. It's just gonna get propped up and not allowed to move properly, until the US elections. They're just going to be manipulating it until the US elections, I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, there's no problem for me. For maybe long-time holders or like big trades, it could become a bit of a problem. But for me, I mean, there's enough action down in the 2 minute and 1 minute, like, for me to be happy, you know. But greater narrative-wise, not much has changed in my eyes. But yeah, this is daily analysis. So, look, we have these levels internally. This is a glaring liquidity pocket, but I wouldn't be surprised that if we met enough resistance around here, maybe around the Tokyo high or around this pocket, that for UK that it kind of just slowly pulls back somewhere, depending on what happens. We seem to be basing out kind of around here at the moment anyway. So yeah, just playing inside this structure. You know, get familiar with the liquidity that's sitting inside of here. Be aware that, you know, they can just extend this to the right more, kind of even it out with this huge move, bring it up for US, slam it down, bring it down for US, slam it up, whatever they want to do. But for UK, I am focusing on these internal areas. If somehow UK does just rip through a level, well, then I'm going to really have to, you know, like, reconsider what I'm focusing on. There's a chance I might not even trade if that kind of happens today. Sometimes UK can just be on one trick until US, right? And if I sense that's happening and it's not interacting with the levels that I've marked, then I just might not trade. Like, you know, it's fine. I've been able to identify those scenarios enough where I'm like, this isn't worth my time. Or it's just not my style, you know. But yeah, that's it. We did get absorption into here, which is kind of why I took the trade. We could absorb even more and get that push up, but I don't know how far that push up is going to take us in UK. So that's it. That's it really for me today. We have the point of control around it up here. There's a lot of confluence in this area, in the high volume node at the moment. Money flow is very thick, but it's kind of the first time it's been thick on the 30-minute like this for a while. It could warrant them having a cheeky little retrace into structure, because it would be easy for them to do in this context, right? A lot of people shorting here. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Bit quicker today, but yeah, just play the internal ranges, and yeah, happy trading. I'll leave my screenshots of my charts in the server, and catch you tomorrow.